Okay, Mimi, we'll check back in just a minute. Thank you. First, though, our top story this morning, a sense of relief and shock after a dangerous SWAT standoff ends with the arrest of this man, now connected to several high-profile crimes.
It was an attack on law enforcement, an attack on the city.
Mainly just relief that he was finally caught.
Police tell us Damian Wilcoxon killed an 82-year-old Zionsville man in September and then shot up 2 Metro Police District headquarters just a few weeks later in Indianapolis. His alleged actions stole the sense of security from several Indiana communities over this month of violence.
Right now, Wilcoxon is in the Boone County Jail facing a murder charge for the death of that Zionsville man, John Clements. For that charge alone, he faces a maximum of 65 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. And that's not the only trouble he's facing. Marion County prosecutors will likely file attempted murder charges against him for his alleged attacks on Metro Police and Monday's standoff. We're covering all angles of this very bizarre story for you this morning. Matt McCutcheon is in Zionsville with reaction from neighbors there who were shaken to the core by that murder. But first, let's check in with Carlos Diaz. Carlos, during this standoff yesterday, Wilcoxon did put up a fight.
He did put up a fight, firing at officers through his apartment complex door. Now, police believe that they do have the man, 21-year-old Damian Wilcoxon, the 21-year-old who fired upon this IMDb headquarters in the North District. They also say that along with that firing that happened October 13th, there was another shooting that happened on October 4th at another headquarters, and Wilcoxon is responsible for that as well. Now, even before yesterday's standoff, police knew they were dealing with an individual capable of extreme violence. Police say he fired almost 50 rounds at these police stations last month. No officers were hurt, but he allegedly left a note at the crime scene threatening more shootings if he did not get $100,000.
At least in one of those shootings, we believe that he intentionally targeted 2 police officers inside, and we're going to be requesting attempted murder charges for that action.
Now, Wilcoxon surrendered 2 police officers at around 4:15 p.m. yesterday. Good news for police officers. He gave up his 6-month-old son that he was holding during the standoff, and that young boy is doing okay. Coming up at 6:30, we'll hear from his family members who say that he is not capable of this kind of violence. Julia?
Wow, just so bizarre. So many different details here. Carlos Diaz live for us. Thanks, Carlos. Ben?
Julia, now in Zionsville, there's a sense of relief that there has finally been an arrest in the killing of 82-year-old John Clements. With no clear motive and weeks of no new developments, neighbors were starting to lose hope. Our own Matt McCutcheon continues our team coverage in Zionsville this morning. And Matt, how is this community responding to this arrest?
As you can imagine, with something like this that is so rare in Zionsville, neighbors living in this community have been joining with police, trying to do anything they can, look for anything out of the ordinary to try to get this crime solved. And that's exactly what finally happened with all the events that unfolded yesterday. Neighbors rolling up their sleeves in that quiet cul-de-sac where everything happened more than a month ago, trying to help police look for anything suspicious and anything out of the ordinary. September 28th is a day that would change this quiet community forever. Longtime beloved neighbor, 82-year-old John Clements, will be targeted by a man with a high-powered rifle who police say drove up and opened fire. After more than a month, a sigh of relief as an arrest finally comes in this case.
This is a great neighborhood, and everybody is looking out for each other, and we've come closer together. But now, knowing that we don't have to check the license plate of every car that comes down the street is really a relief.
As 21-year-old Damian Wilcoxon sits behind bars, now charged with Clements' murder, and more charges expected to be on the way, neighbors here still want to know why. That's the second part of this mystery that police have not been able to solve just exactly yet, why all of this unfolded. Coming up here in our next half hour of Sunrise, as we learn more about all of this, we'll have more about the 2 key pieces of evidence police say that link Wilcoxon to this case and how the FBI played a major role. That's coming here in our next half hour of Sunrise. Julia?
All right, Matt McCutcheon live for us this morning. Matt, thank you.
And Julie, Matt, we have a whole lot more ahead on this story. We're going to be looking into Wilcoxon's criminal past that dates back to his teenage years. And like Matt mentioned, we're going to take an in-depth look at the evidence that connected Wilcoxon to these latest crimes. And on WTHR.com, you can read the court papers detailing Wilcoxon's alleged crimes.